Hello children, today I plan to teach you OT, OP and OX words. Now let's begin with OT, okay? Now which are the words that we can make with OT? First, let us look at the phonetic sound of OT. O says O and T says T. So O, T, OT. Now what can you think that begins with OT? You sleep on it. Can you think of that word? It is a cot. Yes. Now how will I draw a cot? It's not a bed, mind you. It's a cot which you could put in your garden and you could relax. Okay? And how will we spell cot? C is cur and OT is ot. Cot. So the first word we've learned that begins with OT is cot. Now you find that your mummy puts water in a pot for it to become cool. Drinking water in a pot. So I will draw a pot. And who says per? P says per. Per and ot. O-T, ot. Per, ot. Pot. So the first word we've learnt is cot. The second word we've learnt is pot. Now, when mummy gives you a number of toffees, you say, I have lots of toffees. L. Who says L? L says L. And ot is O-T, ot. L, ot. Lot. The fourth word that I'm going to teach you is when you are good, what did Katie auntie say? You are not a naughty boy. You are a good boy. So not. N. Who says N? N says N. And ot. O-T, ot. N, ot. Not. Now let's think of another word. In summer, how do we feel? We feel very hot. Her. Who says her? H says her. And O-T is ot. Her, ot. And when the tea is put in a cup and it is very hot, can your mummy drink that tea? She can't. So we say that the tea is hot. When you feel hot in summer, what do you start? You start a fan. So let's spell hot. Her or T. H says her and O-T, ot. Hot. Now, when mummy brings apples in the house and out of that one apple may not be very good, so we say that you should not eat that rotten apple. So rot. How do we spell? Who says R first? Tell me. R says R and ot. O-T, ot. R, ot. Rot. And now the last word. Can you think of any one that you know? After a sentence, we put a dot. That is a full stop. On top of an I, we put a dot. On top of a small j, we put a dot. So D. Who says D? D says D. And ot. O-T, ot. D, ot. And what do we do for that when we write an I? What do we put? We put a dot on top of an I. What do we put on top of a J, a small j? We put a dot on top of a small j. So we are going to see the different words with ot. K, ot, cot. P, ot, pot. L, ot, lot. N, ot, not. H, ot, hot. R, ot, rot. And D, ot, dot. So these are the words we have learnt with O. Now the next words we are going to learn with O-P. O-P is op. Now, when you all are playing, what do? You hop. You hop on one leg. Her. Who says her? It says her. And op. O-P. Op. Hop. Now, any other word that you know? Sometimes you say, I have climbed to the top of the staircase. So, top. Who says the? T says the. And OP is op. The op. Top is also a toy with which you play. And what do? It is like this. Look. At least when I was small, I used to play with the top. It is like a spindle, okay? And you call a top as a bhavra. Do you call it a bhavra in Hindi? Or tattu? You call it a lattu. Lattu, yes. I had one of my little ones telling me, not tattu, tattu is a horse. I'm sorry. It's a lattu, yes. So this is a top. So we learnt her, opper, hop, the opper, top. And in the morning, when the maid comes, what does she do to the floor? She mops the floor. And how? Who says ma? M says ma. And op, O-P, op. Ma, op. So I'm drawing a mop for you, which your maid uses in the morning to clean the floor. So we've seen hop, we've seen top, we've seen mop, and when your mummy gives you a Cadbury's gem, what do? You pop it in your mouth. So purr, or purr, pop. So which are the four words we've learnt? Her, op, ter, op, ma, op, and per, op. So children, we just learned OT words. We learned OP words. Now we are going to learn OX words. OX is ox. You know who's an ox? An ox is a male cow. Yes. And the farmers use an ox to plow their fields. Okay? Now, burr. Who says burr? He says burr. And OX is ox. Burr, ox. Now, what is a box? You get your pair of shoes in a box. When you bring mithai from any shop, you have it in a box. So, a box looks like this. Okay? You have your pencil box. You have your crayon box. So, burr, ox, box. Now, the last word that we are going to learn, and that is, it's an animal. And this animal looks like a dog. You find it in the jungle. You know what it's called in Hindi? It's called as a lomri. Yes? So, what do you call a lomri in English? Fox. Fur. F says fur. O-X is ox. Fur, ox, fox. So children, we've learned OT, OP, and now we've learned OX words. The first one was ox. I told you what is an ox. It's an animal that looks like a cow, and it is a male cow. Okay? Then box, burr ox, and fur ox also is an animal that you see in the jungle, and it looks like a dog. Now, after this, I'm going to explain to you the phonetic sound of the first letter, middle letter, and the last letter. Children, we just learned OT, OP, and OX words, right? Now I am going to teach you as to which is what sound does the first letter make, the middle letter and the last letter. So let's start. This letter D. So what does D say? D. So this is the first letter, D. The middle letter is O. O says O. And the last letter is T. T says D. So D or T, dot. In the same way, we will check these out. The first letter is D. The middle letter is O. O says O. And the last letter is T. T. So, T or T dot. You must always check the middle letter, okay? So, the first letter is B. The middle letter is O. And the last letter is X. So, B or X. Box. This is M or P. Mop. So we just learned how to identify the first letter, what sound it makes, the middle letter, what sound it makes, and the last letter, what sound it makes, and we are able to understand what word it is. Okay? Children, I'm sure you like this exercise. It's here that you have to think. Now what I have done, I've made it like a crossword. But what have I done? I've drawn pictures at different places. Now the first picture that is here, can you tell me what it is? It is a cot. So how do I spell cot? Who says K? C says K. O says O. T says T. Cot. Now what picture is this? This is a top. So how will I spell top? T or P. Top. And this picture here, it is a pot. P. How will I spell P? Pot. P or T. Pot. So did you understand this, children? I'm sure you must have enjoyed it. And see if you can make one with your mummy, okay? And don't forget to post it to me on WhatsApp, right? So enjoy yourself. See you then. Bye. Parents, if you like my video and if you really like them very much, please don't forget to press the bell icon and to subscribe. And of course, I'd like to hear your comments too. So see you next time. Bye.